What happened to men just shutting the up and going to work?
They're all of the men that you're referring to that used to just shut the up and go to work, they all have heart attacks or brain aneurysms before the age of 52. Either that or they unsubscribe from life. Either that or they're walking around inside because nobody gives a about what they think or how they feel. They're all, and here you go on the internet asking men to revert back to that rather than going through the various forms that we're taking to heal ourselves. How selfish of you.
Nothing irritates me more than a man. The end.
Whoever fought for women to get jobs. Why? Why did we do that? I am so tired. I want to just put my feet up. Like, I am, oh my God.
Notice she said we. Why did we fight for the right to work? So nothing irritates you more than feminism. Modern feminism. Because it's not men that did that to us.
If you're just trying to have fun, why not just have a night in with your female friends, put on some music, get some alcohol, and drink in your house? Why the need to go to very specific social gathering venues where the drinks are really expensive, people are drunk and obnoxious, there's strangers there, it's sometimes unsafe, it's sometimes dangerous, the music is perhaps too loud, that you don't get to pick the music that you want? I'm just curious, like, what is the purpose of going to, say, a bar or a nightclub or a party?
Well, because it's like a big playground. Everyone's drunk, running around, stupid. It's fun. It's not always the intention of hooking up with someone, and it doesn't have to be, but some people have that intention. That's okay.
I mean, you guys can dance around it all you want.
It's kind of the atmosphere,
you guys
the
can
lights,
you guys can dance around it all you want, but the reality is, like, people go to these very specific social gatherings for the potential opportunity of meeting a new person.
Some people.
Women like to dance around this, but the reality is, like, you're going out and, like, you want to meet a guy at these parties.
No.
Yes, you do.
And a lot of these modern women, they're confused as to why men stop pursuing so fast, right? You want all this attention, you want all of this validation. Why is he not giving it to me? Quite simply, men have learned, and either they have learned or they are learning to put their time elsewhere, right? A lot of men are going under the impression now, if you want me, then make it clear. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and get these wings and going back to the house.
Can I ask your phone? Do you have Jules on that phone? This is the masculine girl here, just so you know. I want to show you all this is. So this is what happens. This is a little clue that she isn't really masculine. It's a little clue. Now, the number's in here because she just dialed it. You won't call him. You mean you'll lie about him to us? Or is what you said true? Did you lie to us about him? Or are you lying to him?
Wait, you mean that he's masculine?
No, that he's a little boy that won't leave and's hanging around for you, and you rotated him, but he still won't leave. That's what you told us. Am I confused?
No. Well, we've broken up several times.
That has nothing to do with what you just said. If you broke up several times and he's a little boy hanging on, you're rotating him.
Yeah, no, he's not a boy.
Oh.
He's masculine.
He's masculine, yet you can rotate him. Then he's not masculine. Your idea of masculine is something you can manipulate.
Woke me up for what?
You need to leave. I need you gone. Like, you gotta go.
Can we revisit this after the holidays?
No, today. We not doing that after holidays and then prolonging this whole process. No.
So you're gonna ruin the holidays for everyone, for the kids, for
the holidays
my family.
Wasn't on your mind when you did what you did. Hey, we're not doing this. This is cyclical. This is a cycle, what you know.
Okay, but what? Okay, so your birthday, I was planning something real big.
That's
and
fine.
now
It's my birthday. I don't need anything.
Can we
No, that's 7-8 months out. No.
So there is no reconciliation right now?
No. There's always a reconciliation. There's always a reclamation. There's always a recycle. We're not, no, you gotta go.
Are you really doing this right now?
Are you doing that right now on the camera?
I've been trying. I've done everything that you asked me to do.
You're being real studio right now. You gotta go.
Woke me up for what?
At some point in time, keep on complaining about men not being chivalrous and men not being traditional. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You need to line up or a man is not going to talk.
Things like weight, how people look, we can adjust things like that. And height is just not important. People really act like they are fending for themselves in the Amazon, and you need a big burly man to be protecting you from all of the wild orangutans that are out to get you. You know that's not true. Stop talking about it's biology. It's just a biological need. A lot of things are biology that you do not do, like keeping your weight regulated. That's biology. It's a biological imperative for you to have a regulated weight. I didn't want to talk about this today. It's a biological imperative for you to do quite a few things that you don't do. But all of a sudden, the biological imperative for you to have a 6 foot up man is now very important. The biological imperative for you to exercise. How about that? We never talk about these things, these biological needs. But you got a biological need for a 6'2" man.
What's going on here, folks? We had a patient who went to a different country to get dental work done. Not going to say any names. Hint, gobble, gobble. Anyway, had major work done, which is failing. She had cheap quality porcelain crowns here. They did root canals on every single tooth. Of course, the root canals are failing. Chronic bad breath, food's getting trapped, a lot of decay. Everything had to be redone. She went to a high quality lab in Manhattan to get all this done. And the root canals had to be retreated by an endodontist. Extremely expensive to fix. She's very happy with how everything turned out, but the biggest mistake, she said, was going to a country that tries to lure you in with a cheap price. If they lure you in with a cheap price, I guarantee you're not going to be happy in the long run. We've seen many horror stories with this. Be careful, guys. I just want you to be really careful out there. No coke, no drugs. Thank you.
You know, I think also one of the things that men have a real big problem with, or one of the things that they run into, is in darn near every disagreement, there's gaslighting. If a man says, I feel like this, and she says, well, I feel like that. Okay. Or are we on different pages? Instead of agreeing to disagree, she goes into calling him a narcissist. She goes into calling him, you're not as emotionally intelligent as I am. You're not as emotionally stable as I am, right? Shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right. This is what we're running into with a lot of these modern women. And so when you're saying, how come a man doesn't come approach me anymore? How come a man doesn't really want to date anymore? This is what men are talking about. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. Looks fine. Juice looks great. Fantastic. Looks like it's good. But it isn't worth the trouble. I don't know if they really cleaned it properly. I don't know if it's been purified properly. So I'm not going to go over there and drink it. Oh, well, you scary. Maybe. But I'm staying alive.
Not like this. Just like...
She's saying that most men have very feminine wives. They don't go after tattooed buff girls. That's exactly what I was saying yesterday. If you're a woman and you make yourself more masculine, then fewer men will prefer it. And there's nothing wrong with it. I think she looks great. But then again, my life is you might not want to appeal to my demographic. So this girl is a victim of the do whatever you want mentality. It completely slipped by her that fewer men prefer the look that she chose. And I'm not saying that you have to conform to the world, but you do have to conform to reality. If you want people to like you, then you have to be what they like. And if you want to be something else, then you're gonna get the people who like whatever that is. Choose carefully. I am learning more and more about tattoos. I guess people with tattoos like other people with tattoos. So at least you know who you're looking for, or who's looking for you.
If a guy spending $5,000 to $10,000 per month on you, do you really think he needs your help with business?
We can always make more money.
But it seems like he's already like fine.
No, but
in
I'm
that
saying like
department,
funding my business or going to do something he doesn't have the time to do.
right? Like what?
Like say if he wants to venture into real estate.
Have you made a lot of money in real estate?
No, I haven't, but I'm saying
Well,
like
then how could you help him make money in real estate?
Like, what if he wants to go get like a rental property or something, or like he needs someone to help manage it? I can go find the people. I'm just saying.
Do you have a history of managing rental properties?
I can learn, okay?
Well, how is this helping him?
This is hypothetical. But
yeah, but I mean, hypothetically, how would this even help him? Because you're hypothetically have no experience hypothetically in any of these things. So how are you hypothetically helping his hypothetical
for
business?
example, so my degree is in marketing and comm, right? Yeah. So say, for example, I wanted to go open up a marketing agency that could potentially bring in like $20K a month in revenue. I can ask my man to help me start up the business, okay? And
it sounds like he's doing something for you.
Yeah, but potentially I'm going to give him earnings down the line.
Right?
Yeah, I don't mind
maybe he invests in your business and maybe you give us something back, but maybe not.
Okay, but no one complains.
What I'm saying is, if this guy already is spending this kind of money, he probably doesn't need your help in business. And then you say, but wait, if you invest in me and my business, then I'll gain enough experience for down the line. Maybe I can help you. Doesn't that seem like a really bad deal?
But that's why nothing's expected of the lady. The lady is just there.
You just exist.
Right.
And you know, a lot of these modern women, they try to gaslight men and basically tell men, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I would never do this. But really, men understand the game. I know that really all you wanted to meet up with me for was you got a little bit hungry, or I wasn't really hungry, but I was bored. Oh, I was bored, and then I saw this nice restaurant, but I didn't want to pay for it. So I just went with a man who was inviting me out, and I saw the perfect opportunity. Modern women have become the ultimate opportunist, to where she's now taking advantage of the man, and the man is saying, well, I don't want to be taken advantage of. Instead, how about we do something mutual? I'm not here for that. I'm here to take advantage of you. So men are saying, okay, well, I'm going to just go ahead and opt out. Hey, where are you going? How come you want to just stay in the game? Maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe not. I don't care. Get out of my...
We as women definitely have a double standard. And it's not fun to admit. It's not fun to see, but it's there. We really do expect perfect delivery, perfect tone. We expect him to show up exactly as we want him to, just so we feel emotionally safe and stable, so we don't get uncomfortable. But the reality is we don't hold ourselves to the same standard. We want him to have all kinds of room and grace when we don't show up perfectly. That's our expectation. He needs to be a strong pillar, a mountain that can handle all of our imperfections and our moods. We want it to be water off a duck's back. No problem, baby. I love you. Come here. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the reality is we're not going to get it if we don't hold ourselves to the same standard as we expect from him. It just doesn't work that way. And we cling so hard to prove that it does. We're always scanning for every little detail, every little fact that points out that, oh, he doesn't love us enough. Oh, he doesn't respect us in the ways that we need, that we deserve as a woman. And I'm not trying to let him off the hook. I'm just trying to point out that we as women absolutely have a double standard here. And until we really own that and create more space within us to hold ourselves accountable to the very thing that we expect from him, our relationships will not thrive and we will not get what we want from him, because he's going to self-protect. And then we're going to blame him for the self-protection.
And another thing, for you to sit your big on this internet, knowing that you've had more you than a fully packed slave ship, and to say you are the prize, girl, be so for real. You got $2.17 in your bank account, but you're the prize. Let's be so for real. You don't even have real baby hairs. Let's start there. You need to lose about 20 to 30 pounds. You need veneers. You barely holding on to the job you got in customer service. I don't understand where you think you the prize. Yeah, your lace front looks nice. Y'all got some nice looking lace fronts. I'm not gonna lie, y'all be looking real spiffy with them lace fronts, and your nails do be looking nice as well. But baby, we got to figure some other things out. Y'all are definitely, you new bitches is not the prize. And you got 2 or 3 baby. You got baby daddies, not just an ex-husband, not one baby daddy. You got multiple. Your kids look like they are friends on Facebook. They don't even look like they got the same mom and dad. Where are you getting this from? Girl, please.
And you see a lot of modern women who continue to complain about the algorithm. You know, they're hiding all of the good men Where are the good men hiding? I don't see any coworkers. I don't see any guys in the gym. I don't see any guys at church that would fit my criteria. Well, actually, honestly and truly, they be standing right there in front of you. They work right alongside you. But once again, modern women, they pretty much do this to all men. You're getting filtered through a lens of, okay, can he do 50% of what I need? Got it. The next phase is, can he do 70%? Then 80%. Then 90%. Then 95%. Then 99%. If he can't do 99%, does he have something that I really, really want? If so, he doesn't have to do 99% of what I want because he looks really good. So most men are getting filtered through that system, which, fine, do your thing. But modern women, their threshold of good is like 95 to 99%. So the guys who have 80 to 85% of what they want, even the men who have 90% of what they want, are not getting chosen. And they're continuing to ask, where are all the good men? Right in front of you. You just aren't choosing an obviously good man.
Every Hard Talk show, we have a man ask a question, and I haven't seen a man yet.
In my relationships in my life, I find myself holding the weight of their responses or what they may think or feel, and I'm at the point where it's very draining, and I find my value in what they think or what their approval. Yes, yeah, that.
You know what most men's kryptonite is? Appreciation. They will do a lot for a hand clap. It's conditioned in them since kids, because when they grow up, they're always applauded for, oh, Hercules, you did it, great job. And praise feels good to them, and it's also in alignment with what they're told about men have to be providers. So if I'm providing, they clap. If I'm providing, they give me praise. And so what happens is they will go into all types of self-betrayal for praise and acceptance and appreciation. How well of a job do you do praising, accepting, and appreciating yourself?
I'm not good at it.
Change your inner dialogue.
Oh.
You're very hard on yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
You're very critical. You're very judgmental. And that is not an act of love. We will always seek out the love of other people when we do a poor job of loving ourselves. And one of the ways in which the low-hanging fruit of self-love is my internal conversation. I cannot speak to myself worse than I would allow a stranger to talk to me.
Highest divorce rates, 2 women. Lowest divorce rates, 2 men. Highest rates of 2 women. Lowest rates of 2 men. 75 to 80% of divorces filed by women. Top reasons: boredom, unhappiness, no longer compatible. Highest rates for maltreatment of children by women. Women consume social media at a far higher rate than men. Women are also 3 times more likely to deal with mental health issues than men. When you share these statistics, you are automatically labeled a misogynist pick-me who hates women, but fortunately, I care more about truth than being accepted by the sisterhood. I'm also not a girl's girl, I'm a woman's woman, which means taking radical responsibility and accountability for my own gender. And the truth is, we have a lot of work to do. What has happened instead is not only my generation, but the generations of women before us just constantly blame and deflect everything on men. You'll hear them say, well, if the men were good, if the men were better, if the men were more masculine, then we would be better women. And that's an extremely entitled take to say that your virtue only relies on men in society. With that attitude, you will actually never attract the men that you claim to want in society. If you are living a debaucherous lifestyle as a woman, you cannot turn around and say, it's men's fault that I don't have anyone to marry. It's men's fault that the dating pool is messed up. No, it's your fault. The best thing that you can do in your life is just to say, everything is my fault, and start taking radical responsibility for your own life instead of blaming and deflecting on everyone else.
And modern women really they want to go back to the era where men used to beg, men used to yearn a lot more. But, if I don't understand where we're going, if it looks like you don't like me, then what am I begging for? I mean, and even ladies, you watch movies. You're watching these movies. In these movies, these women are showing some sort of interest. And so they might be giving the man the cold shoulder, but they're still showing some sort of, even if it's just a little bit, that man is looking and saying, oh, so there's a chance. And she might not say one way or another, okay, well, she's not stopping me. Maybe I ought to continue to pursue. But modern women make it very clear today. I said, no, leave me alone. Get away from me. That's the end of me chasing. That's the end of me begging. I don't need to go any further.
So this reel came up on my page, and it was a black man and an Asian woman, a couple. And I love to see interracial couples and couples of different races, ethnicities, and cultures come together, because I think it's the most beautiful thing, is to share our differences and our uniqueness, right? But in his caption, he had said something like, once you go Asian, you don't go back. And a lot of his reels I see are of him just showcasing his Asian woman and what she does for him on a daily basis. And it's not to say that other women of different races and other ethnicities don't do this, because they absolutely do. A man can absolutely awaken that side of a woman, where she is nurturing, where she's loving, where she's so attentive to her man. She can sense things before he even says it. And she's constantly moving around him in that way to be of service to him. But I will say that Asian women, it is ingrained in them to be this way. They grew up with very, very strong family morals, values, to be of service to your family, your man. And like, we're proud of that. Like the way that we treat our men, the way that we cater to them, the way that we cater to our children, the way that we love and just nurture them. It is like top tier. It is top tier. I'm not gonna lie. But also too, I have to say on the same token, that man has to also reciprocate, okay? Because we are not stupid. We do see when you nurture back. We do see when you do, like, you know, you do certain things for us, and it is so appreciated. And the more you give to your woman, she's gonna multiply that 10 times and give it right back to you. I promise. I promise. So if you get a good Asian woman, don't fumble.
The friend who cut her off responded.
So since y'all keep sending me the video, and since I'm blocked, let's just talk about it.
Oh, he blocked you.
First and foremost, the fact that you started your video talking about my friend of 4 years cut me off over a man and didn't actually explain what the dynamic of the relationship was, I'm going to do that for you. You didn't get cut off over a man. You got cut off over my man, my husband, the person that's the most important to me. You live a life where you live in la la land. You, A, don't have a man. B, don't have somebody, have never had anybody that does for you what my husband does for me. You are a pocket watcher. You clock everything that is done in a manner in which you wouldn't accept it, but nobody's even doing for you what my man does for me. You're upset, wholeheartedly upset, more upset than me that I got jewelry, dinner, and flowers, the thing that I requested, the thing that I enjoy, because baby, I'm a mother and a wife and I work full time. I be tired. I don't want to do a whole lot of stuff all the time. And it's not out of the norm, having been married all of these years, for my husband, for our anniversary, to take me to dinner, get me flowers, and get me a gift. That's enough. It's not low effort. It's not bare minimum.
A lot of these modern women are looking at men, and it seems to them that a lot of men are more detached now than they used to be. You know, why is a man not walking over to me? Why is a man not risking what his pride and his ego? Just come talk to me. I mean, modern women have literally said, I mean, just come over here and talk to me. I mean, I might not like you. I'm probably going to reject you, but, you know, make my night. I need some attention. Nobody's giving me attention. There's been ladies that have said, man, you know, I went to Australia, and even though I have a boyfriend, I live over here in Australia now. I go to the club, you know, just having fun, and I'm not going to give any of these men the time of day. But none of them gave me the time of day either. What's wrong with you Australian men? Why are you not approaching? Why are you not talking to girls? Do you talk to girls anymore? You got another woman going over to Europe, sitting on the beach. Instead of relaxing in the sun, getting a little tan, sipping on a nice cold drink, you on TikTok record yourself talking about where the men at. I fly half across the world to Europe and men ain't approaching over here either. Why do you think that is?
It's not desperate or pathetic to want to find a partner or someone to love, or there is that kind of energy where it's like, look at me, I'm here on display and I'm waiting for you to claim me.
I wish we'd go back to when guys are just always walking up to you when you're out. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, if you're like at the grocery store, at the gym, they're like, hi, I just couldn't help but say you're so beautiful. Like, I'd love to take you out sometime if you're single. If they were like good looking, I'm like, can we go back to those times? But because society has more and more changed women to be like the chasers or like things like this, it's like making a lot of men be like, oh, I can just sit back. And I'm like, I hate that.
That's a misinterpretation of what's going on. It's not that men are sitting back. It's that men are being accused of Me Too when they go walk up to girls. And there's tons of shows where women are like, this guy came up and talked to me. Ooh, she said the right thing. When the guy comes, approaches me and he's attractive. Yeah. Women are complaining men don't approach me enough. No, they don't complain that men aren't approaching them. They complain that attractive men aren't approaching them. Orion Taraban says the part women leave out. When women say, I want a man to buy me flowers and I want a man to be more vulnerable, they're not talking about a homeless, smelly man buying them flowers and being more vulnerable. They're not going to be stimulated by a homeless man buying them flowers. What they want is a man they're already attracted to buy them flowers. The mechanisms that create attraction, I don't think there's anything in psychology that's more misunderstood than that. I truly don't think it is, because it makes us look bad.
A lot of these modern women are confused by men minding their business, by men not paying them any attention, and a lot of modern women don't really realize that men have learned that, maybe in a certain setting, I'll say something, right? Maybe. It depends. I got to be feeling real froggy at that day or that day, and I'll leave. But that's going to be few and far between, right? Not necessarily saying I got to get some liquid courage, but few and far between. And that few and far between is what's killing modern women. It's what's confusing them, right? Because they think, well, I'm going out to the bar every Friday night and I have not been approached. I have not been talked to. Men just stare at me. Exactly. Because that few and far between might be, every 10th time I go to the bar, I might say something. And so he don't go to the bar that often. So it might take him 3 years to go to the bar and, that 10th time, hey, I like your dress tonight. And that's it. And she didn't go in 2 or 3 years. Well, you can usually get a hey, I think you're cute from a man, probably every week if you wanted to. But modern women are thinking that they're supposed to be getting all this attention because I'm a princess. And with the way that y'all been acting, it's not really that way anymore.